Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Kitchen Hacks with your youth minister. I thought we'd take it from a different angle this time so you could actually watch and see everything I'm doing. Today I'm going to be making homemade Pop-Tarts. Have you ever wanted a Pop-Tart and there's a specific flavor that you wanted but you couldn't find that flavor profile in the store? Well, today we're going to show you how to do it. So first of all, you take yourself a ready-made pie crust and you roll it out as best you can into a square. And what you want to do is you want to get 2 halves for every 1 Pop-Tart. So looks like this crust right here is going to probably give us 2 Pop-Tarts. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, there we go. Got it rolled out. Now we're going to cut it in half. You have to be very careful cutting on this mat because this mat belongs to my beautiful wife. And you know, this side looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and just move this one out of the way for the moment. I may roll that a little bit more later. And we're going to cut this into one big huge Pop-Tart. All right, there we have 2 halves. Now we'll come over here and we'll do the same thing. I don't know if we're gonna get it quite square, but hey, we're not going for perfection here. They're identical. That's the whole point. So, when I talked about wanting to have a different type of flavor, I mean, we're going to make 2 different ones here. First of all, we're gonna make one with grape jelly. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your jelly, you're gonna put it in the middle of your Pop-Tart or middle of your pastry, kind of spread it along. And you know, we got such a big tart, we're gonna spread it out a little bit further, as far as we can, and have a nice size Pop-Tart. Then you're gonna want to take your other pastry and lay it on the top, kind of push the sides down a little bit, then take your fork and you're gonna want to seal all along the edges, giving it that crusty or that fancy looking edge of a Pop-Tart. So there we have a grape flavored Pop-Tart. Now I'm just going with items that I've got in my fridge already, things that are already there. I'm going to kind of fold this over because it's a little bit big and maybe it'll help seal it some, and we'll repress it. And I think I better go turn my oven on. Turn on 350. Now for our second Pop-Tart, I wanted to go with a more savory option. You ever got up in the morning and you wanted breakfast and you wanted something savory, not something sweet, but you wanted a Pop-Tart? Why not use some homemade sausage gravy? So we're going to take our sausage gravy, homemade sausage gravy, and we're going to put it right here in the middle of the pastry. And we're just going to do the same thing to this as we did to the other one. We're going to now put the other half on top. Oh, seeping out some. Kind of press it down all around. Then get your fork and make your fancy seals. And of course, here we are. Looks like I got too much filling in there maybe. Trying to press it down and make it look fancy. And then from this point, what you're going to want to do, after you get it all pressed down and looking nice, I'm not sure how well sealed these are. Let me just push it down some more and seal it because we want a good seal on there. And then we'll do this again. The fancy little ridges in there. And then we'll do this one just to make sure it doesn't seep out on us, because nobody likes a busted Pop-Tart. And we'll just run a few more lines on there. And this is just a real simple recipe, real easy. Then you go on and get your pan, and you're going to transfer your pastries onto your pan, and you're going to cook them until they're golden brown. We'll be back in a little while. One thing I forgot, if we want it to be golden brown, we're gonna give it a little egg wash. So I got a little bit of egg here. We're just gonna brush the tops of our pastries with a little bit of egg. And that should give it that golden brown look. And then we'll stick it in a 350-degree oven and bake it until it's golden brown. I'm not sure how long that'll be. This is a recipe I've never tried before. So brush your egg on there and then put it in the oven. Now while we're waiting on that to bake, we're gonna go ahead and make a topping or an icing for our sweet Pop-Tart. Now, all you're gonna need is some confectioner's sugar, some powdered sugar, and a little bit of dairy. And since this is Kitchen Hacks, I'm gonna show you a hack. You know, normally people would just take a spoon and they'd spoon in here and they'd scoop it in their bowl, but let me show you a little trick. What you need to do is just take your spatula, so I can get up there. You just put it in there and you pick it up and look, you got powdered sugar. So we're gonna take and get some powdered sugar into our bowl. That should be plenty. Put that to the side. And then you just want a touch of dairy. Just a touch of dairy. You can sit here and mix it around until it makes a liquid. Need a little bit more dairy. And you're going for a consistency that is not that runny. Now I'm gonna have to get a spoon. I just told you not to use a spoon. Now we're going to use a spoon. Get a little bit more powdered sugar because we don't want it super runny, but we don't want it super thick. We want it just the right amount so that whenever it gets on top of our Pop-Tart, it'll settle and set and make that nice frosted topping that we're used to. So that should do. We'll be back when everything's done baking. Okay. Our pies are done. We've got our savory one here, our savory Pop-Tart here, and our sweet Pop-Tart here. Now we're going to take our icing and we're just going to drizzle it on the Pop-Tart, ever so like that. And we're going to let that harden. And as that one hardens, we'll come back to that one in another clip. We're gonna go ahead and get into this one and try it and see what it's like. So here we have, nice, it's flaky. And it tastes like breakfast. That's a winner there. So, if you want a savory Pop-Tart, you just need a few items. A ready to go refrigerator pie crust and some good old sausage gravy. We'll come back to this one after the icing has hardened some. Okay, it is complete, it is dry, and we have an official Pop-Tart. Now, let me bring this closer and show it to you. Here's this nice big Pop-Tart. We're gonna break it open. Oh, look at that filling. That's delicious. That is so good. So, once again, if you want to make a homemade Pop-Tart, all you need is your favorite kind of filling, a refrigerator ready pie crust, and a little bit of time. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know if you do it. See you next week.